Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. Today I have a tour for you of a Sims build that I've done. It was primarily used to showcase the Realm of Magic pack, so it's got a lot of kind of witchcrafty, sort of Hogwarts adjacent secrets and sort of hidden pathways and lots of sort of fun things. I'm sort of new to Sims building. This is the first one that I've kind of done, I guess, from the ground up. It is in Glimmerbrook, which is the town that comes with the Realm of Magic pack. And I picked the biggest lot because clearly I like to make a challenge for myself, and this probably took far longer than it ever needed to because I didn't know a lot of the controls of how to work stuff, and also because I'm just really new to building. And I played Sims quite a bit when I was younger, but I guess I kind of always used the sort of builds that come with the towns, and I would potentially like upgrade them by decorating them, but I've never kind of built from the ground up. But this is what we're working with. It is a 2-bed, 2-bath, and I will tell you straight off, the roofing and the actual shape of the build probably isn't the most imaginative, but I suck at roofing, so I will try to get better. And if you guys enjoy the Sims builds, I say build, this is a tour because I've already built it, but if you want to see builds or more tours in the future, I will try and get better at roofing. But I think that we will start from upstairs and work our way down and then to the outside. So this is the attic. I kind of made it semi-functional, so it's not actually a level on its own, so you can walk up here, but the sides are inaccessible because they're just where the roof is. There is a ladder from the floor below that leads you up to here, and I added in some skill building items that actually are usable because I play tested them. So this woodwork table over here and this easel over here are functional. This telescope, however, is not functional because it is inside, so it doesn't work, but I still think it looked kind of cute, and an idea that I put these sleeping bags here that maybe they could have like a little kind of indoor camping trip where they came up to the attic and they would like look at the stars and camp, but inside. I filled this part here with a bunch of kind of random clutter. I just filled it with random things that I could find. This chair here is because I put, I'll show you when we get down there, but there is like a dining set, but I put a high chair there. So I put the chair up here, so it's kind of like they brought it up from the dining set downstairs. Just random things like you'd expect to be in maybe people's attics, like Christmas decorations and stuff, old furniture that they just haven't gotten around to getting rid of. This unfortunately is because I wanted to have like a light on this bit, which I thought looked quite cute, but it does clip into here. So you can see it when you're opening up this bit, but it doesn't stop the functionality of any of these items, so you can still use the woodworking bench. It doesn't stop that being functional. But yeah, I just kind of put a bunch of rugs down. Maybe they was trying to stop drafts coming in or something, but I thought it looked kind of cute. This is the front of the house. Yeah, it's pretty... I say pretty basic, but I'm not gonna lie, the planting and everything took me like a hot minute to get correct. Yeah. Put a little cat mailbox. Forgot what a mailbox was called there. Little bay window here. The fence, what are these called again? Need to double check what those spandrels are they? Yes, spandrels. The spandrels, the pillars, and the fencing are all from the Realm of Magic pack, as are the windows and the door. And this is the second floor. So we've got like a kind of hallway landing, I guess you could call this. This is the ladder that takes you up to the loft or the attic, as I was telling you about. Just got some general clutter pieces, a couple of like accent tables, a little lounge bed for a cat, and like a little office kind of desk area where they can work or play games. That would preferably be my choice. This is the kids' room. Yeah, I kind of probably went way too overboard with the decals. I probably didn't need to add that many decals in. I added the toddler bed on a little elevated platform here just because I was trying to kind of mess about with like elevation and see if I could get things to work. And yeah, it's kind of what that is there. It's got some toys over here that they can both play with. So these are all pretty much the giraffe, if I remember correctly, doesn't actually do anything. The television the toddler can watch as long as one of the adult switches it on first. I say adults just because in this build there's no teens or children. The dollhouse and I think Drago and the blocks and everything are all playable with the infant as well. Changing table, rocking chair. As you can see, there is a crib and like a little kind of dressing area. These curtains here, especially for this big window, didn't meet in the middle. So I just added the shelves along the top to make it look like it was like a curtain pull so that they would pull together. Because it looked a little odd having a gap in between, because it made me feel like in reality if you closed them there would be like a bit in the middle that just never got like a curtain over it. Yeah, this is the bathroom. What's the best way to show this? I wasn't sure whether or not I liked these windows at first. I kind of went in and out, but they are actually called, if you look at the bottom, the swish and flick windows, which considering I was doing like a sort of Hogwarts adjacent, like I guess Hogwarts inspired, magical inspired kind of build, I thought that that was kind of appropriate. So I added those in here as almost like a window kind of get yourself ready part. There is just a shower bathtub combo so that it can be used to bathe the infant and toddler as well. Yeah, just a few little accessories, nothing major. The bathroom is not fancy in the slightest. Little kitty toddler potty, that's what it's called. This sink here, this fancy looking peacock, I guess, is also from the Realm of Magic pack, as are the doors in this room as well. What I did also try to do is I tried to make sure that there was at least one room in the house that had one of the like primary colors from the Hogwarts houses. So there is a blue room, like a red room. Oh, that sounds dodgy. Not that kind of red room, like a room that is primarily red, a yellow room and a green room. So this is Sam from a different day with an apology. I actually didn't end up including a green room, so I am sorry to all of my slithering friends and viewers out there. The basement, which we'll see later on in the tour, was actually supposed to be the green room, but I ended up forgetting to make it green. So you can just pretend in your heads when you view that area that it is green, and the garden is also very green, so you can take that too and pretend you have two rooms to make up for the fact that I forgot to include one. This is the primary sort of the adult bedroom, which is blue themed. I made this cutout kind of window seating area. This took way longer than I would ever care to tell you. I imagine that there are probably going to be ways that I could have done this far easier than I did, but I didn't know how to do them. So I kind of sculpted the whole thing by hand. So this is just one of the chairs, and then the back part is a bunch of what are the shelves called again? Is it immaculate shelves? No, these are the revolutionary wall surfaces. These are the Bright Eyes bookcases, which I sized down, and then I added these festive felt flowers in front to cover the bits where they were kind of clipping so that you couldn't see them. I added the really short fencing. Let me see if I can find it to show you. This one, the Smooth Keeper, in white along the bottom, which also kind of solved some of the clipping issues. I put these 2 posts in here, and then for the curtains, if you draw a wall, you can place the curtains roughly wherever you want, then delete the wall and the curtains will stay. And then I added some more of, I think this is the Immaculate. Yes, the Immaculate along the top to kind of cover where the curtain rail was and make it look a bit more seamless. Then the clutter items I put on so that you couldn't see where the shelves were clipping into one another. And then again, this whole area here where I've added these like bushes and plants and stuff was to cover the fact that the shelves are clipping on the outside as well. But you would never know because there's bushes there, so we will just pretend like that never happened and it's seamless and it looks great. So this bit in particular took far too much time. Like the amount of time that this build took in general was probably way more than it ever needed to, but this part in particular was a long time. Then I added in a kind of a bit of a dresser area. And then a built-in wardrobe kind of thing, which is pretty basic. It's just got like a hamper, some drawers, which these are again from the Realm of Magic pack. These ones here, and then these ones are from the Dream Home Decorator, I think. And they're the ones that kind of snap together, and they're like modular, and then you can hang clothes off them. And this in the corner is the mirror that comes with the Realm of Magic pack. Let me show you this one here. I've got a coat rack, and then these are just little like suitcases, which I believe also function as like clothing items. Like you can change Sims outfits from them, I do believe. But I thought they looked kind of cute having them in there for each Sim, so they'd kind of got them like to go on holiday. Yeah, and this here is just, it's actually a trick that I saw on like another, like a Sims Builders channel, which is basically that you draw an archway. Well, you don't draw an archway, you put in an archway in the wall, you draw a wall to come out at diagonal, add the door, delete the wall, and then it looks like the door is permanently open, which is kind of like a cute effect. I quite liked it. But I made the archway the same color as the door, so it kind of fit a little bit more seamlessly. Added some random pictures. These I left empty because my original plan was that I was gonna put this build up on the gallery, and then I realized belatedly that I had been buying the packs and doing this on the wrong account, so I can't upload it to the gallery, but it's why these were left blank, because I thought that people could upload their own family photos with whatever family they had living in here. But that would be the idea, that you would have some nice family photos in those picture frames. This wallpaper here, which I've forgotten the name of, Enchanting Dainty Daisy, is also from the Realm of Magic pack, as is the bed. Yeah, just got some little clutter items on the side table and a lamp, and that is pretty much the upstairs done. Down for the downstairs. This is the table that I was telling you about from the upstairs. I took one of the chairs out and added in a high chair, which I forgot the name of again. This is the room that is primarily red. I also went for kind of bronze undertones as well to keep it almost like a Gryffindor kind of themed, like kind of color palette. Yeah, just got some random items in here that you would expect to see in an entryway, like a bunch of postcards if they've been traveling around to different places, a couple of like mail items. These were found in debug. if you don't know how to access debug, you just press, I don't see, all of the directions that I'm going to say are going to be for console because I am playing on a console. So you would press the 4 trigger buttons, which is L1, L2, R1 and R2 all at the same time, which brings this cheats menu up at the top. And then you just type bb dot, here we go, show hidden objects, and then show live edit objects, and you do them in that order. And that brings up the debug menu. So if I do that quickly now just to show you, and it gives you access to a bunch of items that you wouldn't normally be able to see. Which again, if you are on console, it's harder to find the debug items specifically. So if you just click on the little magnifying glass and press R2, that will bring up all of the items that you have access to. If you then scroll up to bring you to the bottom of the menu, that then will show you all of your like debug items at the bottom. So you will notice that like some of them will come up and say that they are worth like 0 because there are like buildings and stuff that you shouldn't necessarily be able to have access to, and like the portal to the realm of magic things. You've got books, yeah, just a bunch of various different items. You can also find this if you come over here and press R2 while you're on this menu and go down to packs. It's not packs, is it? No, it's not packs, it's content. There is also here unknown, and that will filter it down to everything because it's classed as unknown on console as opposed to debug. So anything that you are looking for that is in that menu will come up when you filter it to say unknown, which is all of this lovely stuff here, which I used to decorate some of the items places that you will see later on. But yeah, these came from the debug menu that I just put here because I thought it made it look a little bit more lived in. I tried to add in as many skills as I could throughout the house and the outside, so this is just a bit more for skill building, like a topiary, like gardening skill, and then piano. There was also a guitar and a violin upstairs. I don't know if I showed those off. Mirror, curtains, etc. again are all from the Realm of Magic pack. Yeah, just like a few cluttery items, a clock, and just plants and statues. I think this one was called like the Founders. Yeah, our Founder statue, which I thought was kind of appropriate if we were doing like a Hogwarts inspired build. Not quite Hogwarts inspired, it makes it sound like it's a castle, but like Hogwarts adjacent, I guess. You can pretend that whoever lives here maybe used to go to Hogwarts and has a lot of like Hogwarts pride. Yeah, just got a pretty basic kitchen. Got the fridge and oven from the Realm of Magic pack, along with the cupboards from the same pack. This here is actually the nano can, the trash can that allows you to put stuff in and get money from binning things. If you put it into the cupboard and raise it up, it kind of almost looks like a chopping board, so I put a knife against it, but it's still functional, so you can still put stuff in it to bin them. Yeah, and then the shelves are, I can't remember, the underrated underwater shelf. And then I just put little random items on that I found. Some of them are from debug as well, like I think this coffee, this bottle here, I think maybe these pumpkin seeds were all from debug. There are some other items that you can put on initially and they look quite good, like mixing bowls and stuff. But after you leave them there for a little while, they go moldy. And if your sim is neat or clean, they start having negative moodlets because they're like, oh, it's disgusting in here, it smells. So I removed those. But that's something to bear in mind if you're using some debug items, especially for the kitchen. Because there are other things like produce. So apart from the fruit bowl, which remarkably stays fresh forever, unless it's supposed to be plastic, which I guess is possible. If you put anything else like from the debug menu, like a pumpkin or anything else which I thought could look quite cute, eventually it will go rotten, so you will have to bin it, unless you're just trying to do it for the sake of like a build, in which case go right ahead because no one will know. these are the dryer plants dryer, which I kind of hung over as if they were curtains. And I thought they kind of looked like they were like warding off spells. These are actually brooms, the magic mop and the classic wooden broom, but I hung them up because I thought that they kind of looked like they were just like a mop and a broom. So I thought they worked quite well in the kitchen. This is just the laundry area. Yeah, again, nothing fancy. I added in a stack of money because in my head I kind of thought it would be funny if they didn't quite understand what money laundering meant, and they kind of thought that it had something to do with needing to put money by their laundry, so they left a stack of money there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this area. I just realized that one of my Sims took a book out and I never put it away. But yeah, this is the Hufflepuff themed living room. Just nice big fireplace with a TV, plants, some lights, a little area for the cat. This is what I actually did fill in pictures of the cat that I had living in this house in these little frames here. Some plants. I have in my mind that these are full of catnip. Nice big fat cat picture, and these archways that lead you through. I quite like the idea of having it quite open plan. Chest set here for more skill building, a bookcase, and like a chair, little reading nook, and then this bit here leads you into like a little kind of bathroom under the stairs where I put the cat litter tray. I just took a bunch of these like newspapers, stacked them over one another, kind of almost like the cat. Originally did it because I think that I had a kitten in the build and I thought it would be quite cute just in case the cat made a mistake to put like newspaper around the outside. I don't think that the toddler potty and the sink that I put in here were actually functional, but they are upstairs, so I thought that it was fine to leave them in there. But the toilet and the shower are functional in this part of the build. And I think that is mostly it for this level. There is, however, a little secret in this room, which you probably noticed. But this isn't actually a bookcase. It is the door of perception, which is just a door, which I added on here and along here to kind of make it look like it was just quite a large bookshelf. And then I sized up the immaculate shelves and placed them on top. None of these doors will work because there are walls all the way along here, but this door is functional and leads you down into the basement, which I made kind of like the magic basement. I swear this kind of looks like they're performing some sort of ritual, but I imagine it was more for protection rather than like summoning demons or something. But yeah, I kind of thought that maybe they do live in Glimmerbrook, but I thought maybe they had their like magical wares like hidden away just in case like muggles came a knocking. Yeah, so you have a cauldron in the middle, which I thought I quite like the cauldron in that they can make, I'm pretty sure only mac and cheese, but they can make the mac and cheese and it stays fresh like in there. So they can make, I think it's like 8 servings or something, and you just make one batch and then they can just come and keep serving themselves whenever they fancy some mac and cheese, which I thought was quite cool. These are just a bunch of random clutter items. You can get the wands from the debug menu and these wand cases here when they just slot straight in. So you can just put them straight inside there, and I thought they looked quite cute here. This bit under the stairs, I put some key pictures on there and then filled it with things that I thought maybe they'd like kept hidden, and maybe they could, like if they used like a special code on this, like tapping the bricks like for Diagon Alley, that they could get this to open. Yeah, just some random pictures on this wall, some assortment of brooms, some boxes, a whole library. This over here is more potions. These little orb things here are actually familiars, so you can have familiars linked to your Sims that are spellcasters, and you can either have a pet, so if you have like a cat, you can have that linked as a familiar, or you can have one of these, and if you summon the familiar, they will follow you around, and it's really cute. But I had some of these which you can find you can either buy them from the magical realm, or you can buy them all from the unknown/debug menu. This little chest here you can slot things into. I thought it looked cute with these little jars of dead pink whale. not as cute when you find out what's in them. Dead red coral, dead space porcupine, but yeah, maybe potion ingredients or something, I don't know. This is like a little table with the little blue lights, maybe some weighing of potion ingredients over here. And this was my attempt to make the Horcruxes. You can let me know in the comments below how well you think I executed that. But I kind of had the idea that maybe this was the Sword of Gryffindor. This again was in the unknown menu, I believe, or debug. I will just call it debug, but it is called unknown on the console. This was in the debug menu, and I just raised it up and placed it on top of this table. This is my really, really sad attempt at making Nagini, because there is no snake item in this game that I could find unless it's in a pack that I don't own, which is possible. But I made her out of yarn balls, which, yeah, let's not look too closely at Nagini. This I thought actually looked quite good for the Hufflepuff cup. This is the ring that unfortunately attacked our poor Dumbledore, which I just kind of put in a lump of clay, which is another item you can get from the debug menu. I sized the lump of clay up and placed the ring inside. Sometimes if you're having trouble getting the item to snap into like these decorative cabinets, the idea would be to move the cabinet out of the way, raise the item up to the height that you want it, and then bring the cabinet back, and then it will kind of sit better than where it would ordinarily snap if you're having trouble. This is supposed to be the locket. This is Tom Riddle's diary. This will be the Lost Ravenclaw diadem, which is made out of little crystals, like sapphires and diamonds, that I sized up or down to kind of, in a vague attempt to make what I think looks like a diadem. The voodoo doll was made to represent the part of the Horcrux that Voldemort made in Harry, and this bone wand and the green, rather angry looking ghost gnome was supposed to represent the part left in Voldemort himself. So yeah, that's kind of my my little kind of attempt at making like an Easter egg of the Horcruxes there, that maybe this is sometime in the future and these are just like trinket items that have no value and somebody's just like collected them. But yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, for my little kind of hidden basement spell room. Oh, this was also, I can't remember where I found this, whether it was debug or not, but it's called the magic carpet. So I added that in because I was like, well, it's a magical room, so we may as well add a magic carpet. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I think, for the house. So we will move outside. Again, added more items for skill building. So this bar here was added in there. These are actually bath mats, I believe. Yes, they are bath mats, but I thought they kind of looked like yoga mats and I had a bit of a gap here, so I added them like they could be yoga mats. I raised a speaker up here to make it look like maybe they were listening to some relaxing music as they were doing the yoga. These are the pergolas, but I've just added 2 in, so I rotated them so that you can get the kind of trailing ivy, I guess, on both sides. And then I placed a this has moved, hang on, let me just quickly change that. BB.move objects allows you to place objects in places that they wouldn't normally allowed to be placed within the game. There we go. So you can place this within the like bounds of the pergola and it is still functional because I play tested it. But it just kind of makes it look like they've hung some drying racks off the pergola here. I added this broom in randomly lying on the ground. This is also from Debug, I believe. Swimmer pool. And another thing that took far too much of my time to try and troubleshoot. This kind of wading / toddler / kiddie pool here. I really wanted to make it work and it took far too long to actually get it to work. It functions to an extent. If anybody knows how to actually make it function, or it's like, this works really easily, I don't know why it's taking you so long to figure this out, please let me know in the comments below. But basically, because there is this splash pad in the middle, you can get the toddler will walk down there quite easily, but they won't actually play in the water. So if you try and get them to play in the actual water that's present in there, they won't play in it, but they can splash in the water that's coming from the splash pad. So if you click on the splash pad in the middle, they will be able to play with it, but they can't actually play with the water inside. But you can actually get an adult to interact with the water inside with an infant. So you can click on the water and have an infant play inside. Actually, bear with me and I will show you. Okay, so I have my Sims back here. So you have the adult Sim and the infant, and there is an option if you click on the water as the infant to dip toes in the water with the adult Sim. Yeah. So they will kind of, they will interact with the water and then they get like a little squishy and cold from dipping toes in water. What could be more fun than a puddle? An even bigger, mega gigantic puddle. And that actually is from interacting with the water itself. Whereas the toddler, if I can quickly get her down here. Won't interact with the water. So she pretty much will ignore it. I think occasionally I'm able to get like an actual response of having like it come up, play with the water, but she won't. But she will interact with the splash pad here. She will walk down into it. And she will play in the water. So it kind of functions like a splash pad, like a little wading pool, even though she kind of ignores that this water exists. Yeah, I added in a few little toys that I thought looked cute in here, and then a duck to kind of represent, very large duck, to represent each of the colour of the houses. So yeah. That's pretty much it for this little section. If you would like a more detailed build on how to get this to work, let me know in the comments below and I will get one of those to you. Moving on, we have this little kind of lounging area here. I made one of the kind of coolest, in my opinion, looking hot tubs. I would live in here if I could. I added this trellis to the outside. Bear with me, I need to go back into build mode. Here, this trellis is called Das Mesh. And I added that into kind of the whole of the hot tub to make it look, which I think it kind of does, like this TV is actually like drilled onto the mesh. Added that around those sides. This is still functional. The Sims can still enter from the front and they can watch the TV while in the hot tub. I did play test it. So if you wanted to recreate something similar, you would just grab the birthday hot tub, add the mesh around the outside, raise your TV to there. Just make sure that it doesn't encroach on the hot tub too much, because if it is too far over the actual like play area of the hot tub, then the Sims won't get in. And then they can sit in and they can just chill and watch the TV while they're in the hot tub, which honestly just sounds amazing. This here is a nice weeping willow, which I thought could be reminiscent of the whomping willow from the Hogwarts grounds. Little dining and lounging area here. I did my best to do some kind of terrain paint, but honestly I'm not the best. I added this here because it allowed me to get a cleaner edge on the terrain paint than I probably would have got had I not used it. And I thought it kind of looked a bit cool to keep it kind of in. It's the same fencing that we used upstairs, the small one. Yeah, I added in this here to function as something that I thought they could play like wizard chess. Now, unfortunately, these items here only give you, it's the Immaculate Knight and the Immaculate Pawn, but you only get those 2 pieces. I kind of added those few bits at the side so it looked like they played a game. Yeah, little kind of Easter egg of the move here that Ron used in the Philosopher's Stone to help Harry win the chess match. And yeah, I kind of added that in because I thought it looked cool and would be kind of reminiscent to wizard chess. Maybe the idea that they'd use their wands to play a big game of like garden wizard chess. But these are just it's the marble flooring. I can't remember what it's called. Here. Oh, there is actually a checkmate one. I think I found that, but I don't think it worked as well. But this is the classy large format marble tiles, and I just kind of interchange them between black and white to make the large chessboard, and then I paste the chess pieces on top. A little growing area here. This is like a big kind of kids play area. All of this I play tested as well and is totally functional. Just like a screen so they can watch outdoor movies, the ball pit. A lot of these items are from the toddler stuff pack, I think. And then I put some string lights around the outside, a little ladder so that you can get up to like this garden shed, which I put some sort of garden shed items in. A lot of this was from the debug menu. And then some like exercise equipment. Why am I struggling for words today? Yeah, some exercise equipment here so there will be more opportunities for like different skill building. Yeah, that's pretty much it for there. A little glass roof on top and an observatory because, you know, they may be big fans of the stars. A little bit of terrain paint out here, just kind of added in. Again, not the best at terrain paint. These are a pile of garden rocks, I think it's called. A gathering of garden stones, I was close. And I added those in to kind of add a little bit of dimension. But I didn't realise at the time when I was doing it that they're each worth 36 simoleons. So I do believe that the entirety of this house build is over like 300,000. So if you're trying to do it on a budget without cheats, this build's probably not the one for you. But yeah, that's pretty much it apart from this little overgrown area here, which has got, I added in some more terrain paint, little bits of dirt, some grass. I forget what this grass is. It's literally just called green grass. Some items over here to make it look a bit more overgrown, some statues, a fountain, and then this overgrown looking phone box. So the reason that the phone box is, the reason that I made this area in the first place was to kind of hide the fact that the phone box looked so overgrown. So I put all of these in the first place to kind of cover the fact that the phone box is hiding a secret. So if you come around the back here and I zoom in really close, you can see there is a ladder peeking out the back. So when I found this item in the debug menu, I think it's from the cottage living pack, and you can see it in the front as well. I wondered if it would be possible to kind of recreate having a portal, like a passageway, how they used in the, I believe, Order of Phoenix, used the phone box to get into the, I think it was the Ministry of Magic. And I kind of wanted to recreate that. So I thought, could I add a ladder into the phone box and would it be functional? It is. So you have to have the ladder clipping out the back, because if it's fully in, then there is no way for them to enter and they won't use it. But if you have it clipping out the back just enough so that you can see the bottom, and you leave it so that this black square here is still visible. Even if you slightly cover it with ivy, it's fine, as long as you can still kind of see that black square. They will still use it. They kind of clip through, but I feel like that's fine because it's magical, so it's supposed to look like that. But I will show you them using it. Okay, and then she comes in and she kind of clips through and walks down the ladder. And in here, I realized that this is a window and it's in a basement, so it leads nowhere. But I kind of just used it as a decorative wall piece. But yeah, this, I kind of added in some portals. These two are unfortunately not functional. They don't go anywhere. But this top one does actually lead you to the magic realm. So you can use this as a way to get to the magical realm instead of using the glimmerstone that all of your spellcasters will have. But I kind of liked it as a little Easter egg that they had this little portal room down here, that maybe if they were in the garden or they didn't have their glimmerstone on them and they needed to get to the magical realm fast, for whatever reason, that they could come in through here. Yeah, and I just kind of made it look like a bit of a portal room. I added in some dragons, some knights. Yeah, and you can, as I will show you, use this portal to actually travel to the magical realm. And there she goes. So, a swirling vortex appears to lead to a realm beyond our own reality. Do you dare cross the threshold, enter the portal, or turn back? So you can obviously enter, which will take you to the magical realm, or turn back and just come back here. But yeah, that surprisingly didn't take as long to figure out as the bay window seating and the toddler pool, which took far longer than they needed to, but that's pretty much that. I will say I did have to move a little bit of the grass on this area just because she wouldn't, for some reason, walk through it. So if you are trying to make something like this, for some reason, grass is like an impenetrable shield that they can't walk through. So yeah, but as soon as I removed some of the grass, she went straight back to walking through it. And yeah, that is pretty much it, I think, for this build. Let me quickly go back into build mode. This is what it looks like at night. So you can see all the different lights, and these are actually light pieces, the truss pieces, so they do glow at nighttime. Yeah, that's what it looks like at night. Well, evening, that's nighttime. Morning and afternoon. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this extravagantly expensive, very large, larger than it needed to be, and probably quite basic in terms of like build difficulty, little kind of magical build that I did. I hope you guys enjoyed this tour, and if you would like to see more or any builds or any build challenges, I've seen the like alphabet build challenge. So if you would like to see that, maybe we could do colours or like maybe different sort of shops, you know, like A is for apothecary or something, I don't know. Any ideas, any build challenges you'd like to see me do, anything at all, or any other games, maybe building in Dreamlight Valley, or I do have a bit of building done in the Room of Requirement in Hogwarts Legacy. So if you would like to see that, leave me a comment below. Till then, I will see you next time. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're not already to be notified when I upload the next video, and I will see you in the next one.